Ramblin' Man, Moto and Drone here. So I was out maybe 2 days ago, recorded a bunch of footage, and once again the GoPro Media Mod doesn't work. I have learned that you can't change the mode or it'll forget that the Media Mod is attached. That's not what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I think it's a software firmware glitch. Some people have said they've upgraded to the GoPro 12 and it doesn't have this issue, but if it's a firmware, they should be able to make it right on the old ones. It's so frustrating. And once I have the helmet on, I can't look at the settings to see if it's recording properly. You can't see it from the front, so I can't look in my mirror and see it. Gotta stop and get some gas in a minute, I think. Out here in the country, you kind of fill up before the big trip because there might not be another gas station for miles. I'm not taking a big trip, it's just the end of the day and it's 60 degrees, and I thought I'd zip on out here. Little update on my lights. You know, you guys saw on the driving lights, I made a little video. Really wasn't meant for you guys, it was meant for me to share with the Eagle Light Company that it's spinning. Now my guy installed those lights for me. I took them apart to look inside. The 3 clips that are supposed to be there are there, but Eagle said sometimes they don't grab tight enough to hold their light in place. So they are shipping me, they've already shipped it and sent me the tracker, a gasket, a rubber gasket that they said usually will work to hold it in place. Some people on my Indian forum said that they had the same issue and put some rubber silicone on. I was a little hesitant to do that because if I needed to ever take it apart, I thought it might be easier with the rubber gasket. The one on my right now doesn't tend to spin as easily. The one on the left, even after a ride, I'll look and it has spun in place. I made 2 videos about bicyclists out on these busy country roads. I hit pause on the comments. I left them all there so you could see what comments were, but it was just more of the same drivel about what an ignorant person I am. And oh, by the way, if you didn't know, bikes are legal. I never said they weren't legal, but for some reason people felt the need to lecture me that they are legal, even though I acknowledge that it's legal. They somehow were trying to say that I think motorcycles are less dangerous than a bicycle, which is also arguing a premise that I didn't say. What I did say is that me on the motorcycle presents almost zero hazard to anyone else other than myself, whereas the bicyclist presents a hazard to everyone that has to deal with them. But they want to act like I didn't say that part, or that I'm just impatient. And yeah, I'm a little impatient with such stupidity to be out on a road like this one, especially when it's in the 55 range with logging trucks and dump trucks that come over a hill and might have to swerve because they can't stop fast enough. And of course their answer to everything is, well, partly their answer is, well, you should be going so slow that you're anticipating everything. Like we're all perfect and driving well under the speed limit, anticipating someone on a little bicycle in the middle of the road. It's dangerous for everyone. And you know, these vehicle drivers can get charged with involuntary manslaughter or worse, all because somebody wants to get their exercise and they're fixing on a busy country road. And they ignored the part I said in the video that, you know, if you're in San Francisco or New York, that's different. But when you're out here on these roads, it's like, wisen up, man. All right, back after filling up with gas. You know, speaking of biking, I mentioned this on a video that didn't get recorded by this darn GoPro. I'm in Virginia, and if you're in Virginia, or even if you're not, or maybe if you're down in the corner near Tennessee, a ride we used to do a couple times a year was the Virginia Creeper Trail. And it's mostly a flat ride. It's an old railroad, and I'm a little rusty. I can't remember if the whole thing is 26 miles or if half of it was 26 miles. It seems to me the whole thing might be 52 range. I've done the whole thing a few times. You can take a shuttle. I've done it at night. I got a long story I could tell about the night ride that involved a helicopter flight out. I'll tell that maybe some other time. But the Virginia Creeper Trail is just a beautiful, good, family-friendly ride to do. Another ride I used to do when I was in a lot better shape was Lake Sharando, which is headed west out on 64. And man, that ride, I did it twice. And the first time I was in not as good a shape as the second time. The second time I was quite proud of myself. I did pretty good, but there you went through rocks, on streams, up switchbacks, ended up on, I guess it's the Blue Ridge Parkway or Skyline Drive, one or the other. You get back on that on the road, work your way down quickly to get back onto the trail, and it's a long day ride. It's beautiful. There's a campground there, I think, called Lake Sharando, with a lake, and just a beautiful ride. And most of my mountain biking was here in the Richmond area, different parks and stuff. Me and a buddy, we did make a trip to New England one time, did some mountain biking in New Hampshire. Now I saw one of the commenters thinking they were really being, I don't know what they thought, elitist. Were asking me what brand of mountain bike I had, as if I didn't really mountain bike, as if that has anything to do with my point anyway. But my point was, I mountain biked in the woods generally as the rule of thumb. And then one guy responded to that of course I probably only bought a cheap bike from Walmart. That's part of your elitist snobbery out of the cycling crowd. Yes, I'm generalizing in my quick little video. I'm not making a documentary about the different types of bicycles, but there tends to be a certain elitist snobbery there, as exemplified by that comment about people that shop at Walmart. Now, I'm making videos with expensive GoPro equipment, riding on a $20,000 motorcycle, or I could ride on my other $20,000 motorcycle, but apparently I can't afford a little mountain bike for, you know, 1,500 bucks or whatever I paid for those. I don't even remember. These people, they get me. It's hilarious. They don't know who they're talking about. Now they're going to say that about me. I don't know who I'm talking about. Well, I'm talking about the people. I see them 60-mile-an-hour road with logging trucks going by, and they're holding up traffic so they can exercise. But if I listen to them, well, everybody's biking to work. Everybody's commuting to work. And they're legal, by the way. P.S. You never forget reminding me they're legal. Or Amish buggies. Everywhere there's Amish buggies. Yeah, out here there's farm equipment as well. And it's usually big farm equipment. Got no problem with that. Somebody said that, let's get this straight, pal. No bicycle can kill an automobile driver. I never said they could. I said it's creating a dangerous condition for everyone on the road that suddenly has to deal with a bicycle in the middle of the road. And it could end up getting someone killed. Like, look at this coming at me, and they're coming around this turn, and that tractor trailer has to deal with a little bicycle here on the road. Just saying, you have to be right all the time. and hope that everyone's on their A game driving cars, vehicles, when you put a bicycle out in this environment. I don't have that much faith in people. I guess I'm not going to hear back from the Lee Park Gloves people. Whoever I'm emailing, it's a woman that takes about a week and a half to respond. I'm sure she's a very nice lady, but one of you in the comments said they should have just sent me a new pair of gloves and apologized. And boy, that would have been great marketing. But telling me I got to send in a brand new pair of gloves for a repair job, it's just such a disappointing response. And I'm not even sure she looked at the picture correctly, because partly I almost expected them to say, well, that's normal. Now, I don't know why both gloves are open in the same spot, but I almost expected them to just say it's normal. So when they came back and said, well, no, it's not normal, and if you've warned them, the only option is to get it repaired, it's just a bad move. There was a time I would write a letter by USPS to the owner, but it'd probably just get intercepted by the same woman who's going to stand behind whatever their store policy is. You get that all the time. That's our policy, as if they can't change it, make exceptions, or that the policy made sense. So yesterday and today, the wind gusts were up to 38 miles an hour. I went out on my ATV to check some of the trail cams that have SD cards in them. And boy, those tree limbs were definitely rocking and a-rolling. You gotta be careful they don't fall, because it's been rain soaked as well. And we do usually have a bunch of cleanup of the trails after that happens. The rain alone, you see you got two cars, the car passing a tractor trailer. Let's put a bike out here. How about some rollerblades? How about a skateboard? See, I'm supposed to be patient, dude. Just be patient. But anyhow, I'm a little disappointed in the gloves that they didn't replace them or even respond to my last email. I think it's been another week. I'm thinking about upgrading to the newest GoPro. Partly I feel like a sucker because this one's not working and they use the same media mod. So I don't need to buy a new media mod. But one guy on a YouTube video I asked a question, said that he was having the same problem with his older GoPro but doesn't have it with the new one. But you know, that could be a workflow issue. A lot of people have realized if you change the mode, it forgets the media mod. It's so annoying. And I don't know if they've just learned that same habit and carried it forward, because now I remember that